Good morning. We got the morning off here on the ranch. Don't have to go in till 1 o'clock this afternoon. We've been super busy for several days straight. And so we decided to make another video this morning. And we're going to make a video on making a simple campfire breakfast with a cast iron skillet. And so we got started early, got the fire going. And like I talked about in the coffee video, we started the fire with cedar because it starts easy, gets going quick. But we've got oak on top. We're not going to cook on the cedar. And we've got logs going, and so we're letting that burn down until we get coals. Again, you cook on coals. You don't cook on wood and fire. Okay? And so we're going to begin this process, and I hope you'll stay with us and come along. All right, the fire has burned down pretty good. We got just a couple of the larger sticks are still flaming a little bit, but we're going to go ahead. Now, when you do this, there's a couple of things. First, go through your head what you're doing and have everything ready in advance, okay? So we're doing eggs. The eggs are already beat up and scrambled. We've got the cheese grated. We're going to have onions. We have sausage. We have everything ready. Now, if you're camping, if you're actually going to go camping, if you're like me, if you hate the mountain house stuff and you want real food, then plan your meals in advance. Figure out what you're going to have, simplify it, and then prepare it in advance. So you can get a Tupperware that's of the right size, that has a good lid, preferably one that actually screws on. If you're going to have eggs the next morning once you get in camp, go ahead and at home, go ahead and crack them and beat them up. Put them in that Tupperware, take them with you. And so have everything ready. And simplify, okay? And simplify. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to put the skillet on. Now this is going to cook really fast. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is, this kind of the idea behind this is like if we got some, like a young fella who's just left home or fixing ready to leave home, and he doesn't know how to cook, you need to be able to cook, okay? If you're a young married fella and you say, well, my wife does the cooking, when you vow to vow, you vow to take care of your wife, okay? Whatever it took. And there's going to come a time when she's going to be ill. Now, she might have morning sickness, she might have the flu, she might have something. She's going to be ill. Now, maybe she don't want you to cook anything for her, but you're going to need to take care of yourself, all right? And you should be able to cook a simple meal. A tasty meal, a filling meal, a meal that you can work on, all right? And this will do it. So we got butter in the skillet, and we've got some onions. We'll put the onions in there. And then we've got sausage. Now you figure out the brand of sausage and the type of sausage that you like. You say, aren't you going to saute those onions first? No, I am not. They will saute with the sausage. I do not like burnt, black, crispy onions. And so they'll get done enough with the sausage. So we're just going to scramble the sausage here with these onions in the skillet. Now this entire breakfast is going to be 2 skillets, and that one skillet's going to be barely used. This is the meal, when I make breakfast, when we make breakfast around here, this is actually the meal that Mom and I make more than anything. More often than anything, this is what we're eating for breakfast, okay? Now I know from past experience on this channel, let me just go ahead and address this. I'm going to get folks, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get on there and you're going to say, Kent Rollins, Kent Rollins, Kent Rollins. I've seen Kent Rollins' channel, and he's great. Okay, he's fantastic. I am not trying to play in Kent Rollins' sandbox. The man is a gourmet chef with cowboy food, and I'm just trying to show you how to make just a simple breakfast that anybody can make if you just want a good wholesome breakfast to get you through. And so what we're going to do is we're going to brown the sausage here with the onions. Now if you don't like onions, you don't have to do onions. You can leave them out. Now Mama didn't say, I don't know what brand of sausage this is. I prefer Jimmy Dean Original.
They were out, so I bought an off-brand.
Oh, it's an off-brand. Poor people have poor ways. Now, like everything else that when I teach, I'm not saying this is the only way to do it. This is the way you have to do it. I'm just saying here's an option. Okay? I talked in the last video, the last 2 or 3 videos, about slowing down. And I guess if this one had a theme, it's simplify. Everything in this country, people thinks everything has to be so complex. And our meals are so complex. There's so many spices. There's so many components, so many ingredients. And I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not trying to be unkind. But we live in an obese country. Because one of the things is because our meals have become so complex. We have to have so many components. We have to have so many courses. And we have to have so many flavors. And our body is not addicted to food. You realize that? A lot of folks aren't addicted to food itself. They're addicted to taste. They're addicted to taste. And I want that because it tastes good. And so we need to learn to simplify. Part of slowing down, part of simplifying your life is simplifying the most basics. And there's nothing more foundational, nothing more basic than your diet, what you eat. All right.
You're going to need to get that other skillet on.
Well, I don't want the skillet to get too hot too soon. All right. We're just going to set that one over there and let it warm up. Okay. Now you do your sausage to the level that you want, to your taste, to your like. But I don't like burnt crispy sausage. I don't like burnt crispy bacon. I like to be able to taste it. There we go. So it's browned and it's cooked. So now we're just going to pour the eggs in. Now listen, if this isn't simple enough for you, there's not much I can do for you. All right? Mama's keeping me in line here. We need to get her seasoned. Now, season to taste. Keep it simple. Got some black pepper and some basic seasoning salt is what we use. Not too much because the sausage is seasoned. So you don't want to overdo it.
Can you turn that skillet, that other one? Just keep it down.
Now, if you like your freeze-dried food, by all means eat it. I got no problem with that. Them folks that make that stuff and sell that stuff, they got to pay the bills too. But if you want some options, then there's simple options. All right?
Maybe get a couple tortillas put in that skillet over there.
Okay. Well, I don't want them to cook too fast.
They won't. They just need to start warming up.
Now, if you're just starting out, if you hadn't cooked a whole lot before, you might want to think about doing this meal in the kitchen first. Do it on the stove so you've got controlled heat. And kind of get the hang of what you're doing on there, and then step up to the campfire deal. Okay, just an option, just something to think about. You gotta crawl before you can walk. But if you're adventurous and you want to just dig a hole in your backyard and just build a big old fire and get started, then by all means. Just sometimes we don't want to rope what we can't dally. Now you can do whatever you want on the tortillas, of course. We like the flour tortillas. And if you're a health nut, don't bother. Okay, don't get on here and tell me how bad the butter is and how bad that flour tortilla and start talking gluten and stuff. I guarantee I'm going to enjoy my breakfast this morning, and I'm not going to let you mess it up.
Get another one?
Yeah, you want to put that on this plate?
No, we'll just keep it right here and keep it warm. Because your eggs are almost done.
It's always good to have someone like Mama to help you.
I gotta keep you in mind.
I hate to think where I'd be without Mama. I hate to think what I'd be without Mama. Now, I didn't time it, but it's a fairly quick deal. The longest part is just building a fire and letting the coals burn down.
Is that another one? Are those done?
Yeah, they're getting close.
Perfect timing. Now we'll just put these in here.
Youngins, self-sufficiency. Okay, you spent your whole life expecting somebody else to do everything for you. Somebody's cooked for you, somebody's washed your dishes, somebody's washed your laundry, somebody's made your bed, somebody's cleaned your room. You think somebody has paid your cell phone bill, you think somebody's gonna come by and change a tire for you on the side of the road. There ain't no way to be. There ain't no way to live. You need to learn self-sufficiency. You need to learn to take care of yourself. Start by cooking. We're done.
Those are going to continue to cook in the skillet.
So we're going to pull these off. All right. Got. Add a little sour cream if you want. A little picante, a little pico de gallo. Some, I don't know, some jalapenos, whatever you want, but me, keep it simple. There you go. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little something today. I hope it encouraged you a little bit. Everybody's been asking for months now to meet Mama. Well, meet Mama. Definitely not just my other half, but my better 3/4. And Rooster, you'll be seeing more of Rooster. Rooster, I guess, is what you'd call my first apprentice. All right, so you'll probably be seeing him more on the video and on the videos to come. We're probably in about a week and a half, we're pulling out and headed to Tennessee, and we're excited to see what we can get built down there and see what we can put together. So if you like the video, click like, subscribe. If you haven't, click that bell so you're notified. If you think somebody be interested in this, hit share and send it on to them. And if you want to support the content on this channel, we do have a Patreon account, Dry Creek Wrangler, and so we'll catch you guys next time.